3 mana leaks, and in addition to that, he has sideboard 3 White Sun Zenith.
Ooh.
So game 1, he starts out being able to put down a real clock, and then be able to counter it out. And game 2, he can actually just board in a couple of Zeniths if he wants to.
So we have the game kicked off right away. So Tim Gruneich, I'm guessing, is on the right-hand side of your screen playing blue-white aggro. Gerry Thompson on the left-hand side of the screen playing 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 color control. And Tim does not have the kind of start he needs.
That is not what you want to be doing.
I have to imagine that Tim has at least some idea what Gerry's playing, just sort of given Gerry's position as a writer who's talks about his decks a lot, and I don't know that I would keep a hand that isn't putting any pressure on at this point.
Geist and delete.
Geist gets countered. And another Geist comes down. A double Geist hand I can get behind. And Alchemy.
That Geist resolves. Now, for
you can't
answers
do that. It's
to
forbidden.
Gerry, it's true. For answers for Gerry for that Geist are
Day of Judgment.
×1.
Full stop.
His other answer to Geist is Phantasmal Image.
Phantasmal Image?
He can't do it. It's a legend. Wait, no, it doesn't matter.
That's exactly what it
doesn't
does.
target. It doesn't target. Oh.
I mean, his ability to just get it off the board
doesn't
is
target, so it's
Image
gonna
or
make
Day. But if he has Snapcaster, he can play it and block.
We see 1 mana.
Oh, Image. There it is.
There we go. 2 mana, Image, gone.
So
now we've got 2
that's
images
actually
in the
one
yard.
of the interactions that makes me the most miserable is Image killing Legends. It's so sad to me that it's just Image is already an incredibly powerful card. Does it really have to kill Thrun for 2 mana too?
And Hero. Does this resolve?
I need a hero.
Oh, wow, that's an old song.
Yeah. When you play a lot of Hero of Oxenridge, as I did, you sing that song a lot. So Gerry so far has had the answer for everything that Tim has thrown at him.
And now we see a champion and O-ring on O-ring.
Okay, I like that sequencing. It lets him get the counter on his champ. And
desperate.
Gerry is in a desperate situation.
Let's see what happens. He makes a gibbering, raving noise.
Ooga booga. So 1-2. Loses his planes and has a Sun Titan. Maybe his situation is not so desperate after all.
Did we see a Fiend Hunter in Tim's hand?
I don't recall.
Gerry asks, how many cards do you have? Tim lays them down, 3 cards. We see 1, 2, 3, 4, Sun Titan.
Remember the Titans.
And what do you get back?
Image.
Sun Image? Yikes.
So...
Yikes. Snapcaster, nothing.
I will create an army. It is your turn. Maybe I'm going to have to sideboard some Nihil Spellbombs in my Infect deck.
Yikes. That guy's good. The Spellbomb?
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
What do you have in there? Let me look. Anything else?
Got?
Land? That's pretty good. Okay.
An amulet? Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Traveler's Amulet
If that amulet comes back, this game could just be over.
Is that a...
It looks like a Lawkeeper and a
Lawkeeper
Oblivion Ring. So he's
gonna the champion. That's a mandatory ability or a mandatory thing.
So
O-ring on the real Sun Titan. Slim Shady.
Yep. So, well, Tim may not be in the worst shape if Gerry doesn't really have anything to follow this up.
Right. I think I see land in Gerry's hand.
Well, he does have a Ravings in his yard, so he can go digging regardless of what he has. That Lawkeeper can take care of the Image copy of the Titan. So there certainly are worse positions Tim could be in, like not having that Lawkeeper, for instance. So
here we go. Desperate Ravings. What you got? Okay. 5 cards or 6 cards? And a land. How lucky. Which is not unreasonable given all the land that was there.
That looks like another Oblivion Ring.
Wow, are we going to have an O-ring fight?
I believe we may. I mean, it's possible that he just Oblivion Rings the Tapper? No. Probably wants his real Sun Titan back. If he O-rings the Tapper, then his Image is safe, at least for now. But if Tim has anything that possibly targets it, he'll lose it. So you probably want to O-ring.
Attacks with the Titan.
he's what he's looking for here is to see if Tim's willing to try and trade.
And then he lays a Ghost Quarter.
Maybe it was not an Oblivion Ring.
And says go. Now the Lawkeeper can at will kill that Titan.
Which it's going to do right now.
Nothing that Gerry can do to save that. In comes the crew.
Rawr.
We get a lot of damage here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 is the attack number there.
That's a big number. Hero Bladehold usually wins the game when he attacks.
Yeah.
But I don't know about this right here. Gerry, I can't really tell what Gerry has in his hand. Is that he has a white card? Maybe it's Timely Reinforcements. Is his white card?
He does have one main deck Timely Reinforcements. And Snapcaster trades with one of the soldier tokens.
Meaning Gerry takes 4, 5, 6,
9
7, 8,
damage.
9 damage, going to 11 life.
Gerry untaps, no effects. Is that another Sun Titan?
It's another white card. I think it was Sun Titan.
I don't know if Sun Titan does it right now with that with that Gideon's Lawkeeper out there.
Yeah, Lawkeeper, he does as his name suggests. He keeps the law. He makes sure things don't go awry.
Pacifism. That's probably what it was.
Okay. Well, that's gonna keep things at least under control a bit.
And we get 1/1 Flying Spirit from Tim. And while he's tapped out, then we see Gerry with the Alchemy. And a bunch of stuff that's not exciting. Land.
A gut shot, a Ravings.
Tim can attack here for 1, 2, 3, 6 damage. Assuming nothing else happens. Honor the Pure would make it 10 damage.
And
double Honor the Pure would make it dead.
Yes.
I see a Fiend Hunter land, it looked like to me. And he lays another champ to build up the first champ.
You can Fiend Hunter.
That's for 7 damage.
He could have Fiend Huntered his hero, which would leave him safe from Day of Judgment.
That would have been exciting.
And do 1 more damage, but given that he has a Gideon's Lawkeeper in play, he's basically safe from a big creature unless his Lawkeeper dies.
Timely Reinforcements, is that what we thought that might be?
I don't know. I see a Ravings and I think a Sun Titan. But Sun Titan doesn't do it.
Sun Titan gets Phantasmal Image, gets...
Yeah, but Phantasmal Image doesn't really do anything against that Gideon's Lawkeeper. The
well,
Lawkeeper
it does tie up one of the taps of the Lawkeeper.
Right, but it's certainly not an impressive effect.
He needs something more. I mean,
he goes Court of the Moorland Haunt. Okay.
Your Fiend Hunter play would have been very interesting. It's a nice insurance policy.
I'm not sure if it's right.
6 mana. I think we're going to see that Sun Titan.
Yeah, it looks like Titan's coming down.
Oh, yep, 6. There we are. I mean, the thing about a Sun Titan is maybe he can just be like Ooga Booga, and try to scare Tim from actually doing the things he should do, which is toss away some cards and get the damage in.
Generally, if my opponent says Ooga Booga, I just start making mistakes left and right.
It's true.
Oh, was there an O-ring go to the yard?
I don't think so.
I thought I saw an O-ring, but it may have been that flashback Alchemy.
Fiend Hunter and 2 cards I can't make.
No, it doesn't look like it. But he can potentially get a Snapcaster.
Mana Leaks to tap him down.
So you can Snapcaster, but there's nothing we can really get back. Is there a Gut Shot in there?
There's a Gut Shot. That doesn't really do much if you ask me.
Well, certainly the image. Then, well, Gut Shot kills the Lawkeeper, but he's such low life that he just gets attacked.
Yeah. And then the Fiend Hunter actually means that there's the kill.
Yeah. So there was a 2 life. Yeah, and the Fiend Hunter is just the game.
Yeah, Fiend Hunter makes it done.
So Fiend Hunter, you have 4 attackers. Yeah. Fiend Hunter a blocker and kill you.
Tapped out at 2 life. Can't pay Phyrexian mana at 2 life. Well, you can. It just doesn't do anything but kill you.
Not gonna help. So Fiend Hunter. Yeah.
And Gerry's like, there we go.
So Tim Gruneich wins game 1 with his blue-white aggro deck against Gerry Thompson's 4-color control. How do you think things look after sideboarding?
Well, I think that what's going to happen for Gerry is going to bring in the weapons he doesn't have as much of. He's going to bring in those extra days. He's going to bring in the timely reinforcements to make it ×2. Combust is good. And he might bring in maybe... I think that might be about it. On the other side of the table, I think we're going to see... God, there's so many ways he can go. I gotta think for a second. So he's fighting against...
Well, what cards do you think come out first?
There we go.
What do you think the weakest cards
That's
are?
an easier question. Dismember does not seem particularly good. That's a very, very clunky card here. Lawkeeper did some work there, but I actually don't know if it's particularly good in this matchup at all. I mean, it's good against Phantasmal Image. It's basically good really late, you know, and early it's just kind of a crappy guy. I'm not sure exactly. What do you think?
I agree with you that Dismember's the worst card.
Yeah.
After that, Fiend Hunter seems pretty poor. Lawkeeper seems marginal. Fiend Hunter can take out copies of Sun Titan, can take out Sun Titan, but in particular when you're dealing with a deck that has Day of Judgment, which you have to anticipate a lot of Day of Judgments coming out of this deck after sideboarding. I would be very, very hesitant to rely on Fiend Hunter in order to try and deal with my opponent's creatures.
Yeah. What do you think of Geist against an opponent that you've seen with Phantasmal Images?
Geist is awesome.
I like Geist too.
Yeah, I think Geist is the kind of card that you want in this matchup. Like game 1, if Gerry hadn't had that image, he was just dead.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think that Geist is one of your best cards here.
It asks a crazily powerful question. So I actually, the more I think about it, the more I'm not sure about my initial gut of White Sun Zenith being awesome here, because he doesn't have very much mana.
Right.
He's only got, 24 mana? That's not very much to try to make a White Sun Zenith work.
It is difficult for White Sun Zenith to really be nearly as powerful in this matchup as it is in, say, a control mirror.
Right.
The games, as we were talking about earlier today, when the game is going that long, that White Sun Zenith would be good. It's actually a position that the aggro deck really doesn't want to be in. I do think that he has a number of cards that really aren't very powerful, and he certainly takes out the Dismember. It basically does nothing. I imagine he would take out some number of either the Fiend Hunters or the Lawkeepers, maybe both. And I think I would bring in the Zeniths, not because I think they're going to be awesome, because I think they're better than what he has.
Right, that's fair. I know that I don't like the Angelic Destinies coming in against a deck that he's already seen has Pacifism and Oblivion Rings. He might bring in the Leonin Relic Warder to fight Oblivion Rings and Pacifism.
I can see that. Yeah, I can definitely see those coming in as well. They're also not a terrible creature. They're at least a dude you can play. It's not what you want to do, play a 2/2 on 2, but it can certainly do some beatdowns.
And I think we have our opening hands. Tim keeps and Gerry lays a land, says go. Tim land... And there we are, the champion. Turn 2, Gerry lays a second land, says go. I think I see a Timely in his hand. I'm not 100% sure of that. Second land for Tim.
The champ is here. Not nearly as exciting as Etch Champion, the true champ in my opinion, but he is still here.
The true champion.
The champ is actually Josh Wagner from U.S. National Champion 2002.
We see a Gideon's Lawkeeper. I think the scariest champ I've ever played against was Auriok Champion.
That was quite the champ in the appropriate context.
In they come. Moorland Haunt sits out there. And we see a Alchemy, which gets mana leaked. I do not know how I feel about mana leaking that Alchemy there, honestly. That's not what you usually want to use that for. You want to use it to protect things that stop your clock.
Right. I definitely agree with you. I think that... Well, I mean, I can't see Tim's hand. I think that, generally speaking, this is a matchup where you want your mana leak to be stopping, Day of Judgment.
Yeah, stop the thing that...
Stopping something
that's what an aggro control deck does. It doesn't care about, like, the waggling around of cards in a deck. What it cares about is, are you going to stop me from killing you? Well, I don't want that to happen.
I mean, if for instance Gerry was clearly tight on mana and was digging for something, I can certainly see it. But as Gerry hasn't missed any land drops yet, and Ravings makes him discard
A land. So it was on an island, I believe.
Okay.
Gerry lays his 4th land, says go. Oh, okay. That was a main phase, turn 4.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Even then, I think I let it go.
No, that wasn't.
Oh, that was the Ravings. My bad.
Yeah,
my bad.
the Forbidden Alchemy was end step, and then he main phase Ravings.
Main phase Ravings. There we go. Thank you. In they come.
Plays a Geist. So I mean,
he's really all in.
If this is the line of play he's going to take, then I would certainly agree with mana leaking just to try and prevent Gerry from finding the Day of Judgment. But he's dealing damage in reasonable chunks already. I don't think he really needs to put himself in a position where he's just tapping down and getting Dane.
Now we got 5 mana from Gerry.
And
Phantasmal Image? Oblivion Ring?
I'm guessing that's an
flashback. Now that's dangerous. Gerry is in trouble. Pacifism. He needs a pacifism now.
Yeah, pacifism or Oblivion Ring is certainly what he would optimally like to see here. So Gerry
away
loses.
Goes another land.
The card that he had spewed onto the table while shuffling. And
says go. 3, 5, 7 damage.
This is the traditional Hero of Bladehold clock. Boom.
Go to 5. Should this work? Anyway, go to 5.
Yep.
End of the turn, Desperate Ravings.
Gutshot a token.
Well, it prevents 2 damage.
2 damage. Okay, so he goes to 7 life. He's still dead if that hero attacks again. But that is a better position than just dead.
Draw as a ponder.
Oh, Elish Norn.
Oh, Doctor.
Tim has Oblivion Ring in his hand, unfortunately for Gerry. And he's just going to O-ring that and kill him.
And you are dead.
Elish Norn was scary until the game ended. So Tim Gruneich takes it down 2-0 against Gerry Thompson and his 4-color control deck.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, this is the nightmare matchup in the format for a control deck. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to say, I think that the incentives for playing white-blue illusions are dominated by playing white-weenie blue.
Yep.
I think it accomplishes the same thing with the added bonus that, you get to have a whole class of decks that are much worse off for you.
Yeah, I definitely think that the creatures that you have are more resilient. A lot of the cards you have are more powerful. The Illusion Blue deck does have, it has, I think, more powerful potential explosive openings.
Yes.
But doesn't have nearly the same sort of resiliency that White Blue does.
Yeah. And, I did a lot of testing for Worlds this year, and by the end of it, I was strongly advocating against anyone running illusions, just because it felt like if you wanted to do that, the aggro control deck for you was white